We all know about Frozen and Tangled and The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast, but there are some hidden gems in the Disney animated lexicon. Which do you think is the most underrated? Which didn't get enough attention that it so sorely deserved? Well, we each have our own ideas. Tim, what's yours?
I think the first one I'm going to put on my list is The Great Mouse Detective.
Oh, yeah.
Which Andrew and I have talked about before. Really, it just never gets listed in the Disney animated. Like, if you ask someone, list as many animated Disney features as you can, like 9 out of 10 people will leave off Great Mouse Detective.
I forgot about that one, to be
Exactly.
honest.
And it's actually, it's a period of Disney history that a lot of people forget about it because it's Don Bluth animation. It was when Don Bluth was with Disney, and Black Cauldron was the last film he did with Disney before
That's another
leaving.
one on my list.
And
What did Don Bluth do after he left Disney?
The Land Before Time, All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Those are good.
Yeah, he basically, Anastasia.
Troll in Central Park.
Yeah, he went and found,
the last one.
started working with Fox and Warner Brothers a lot more. Everybody wanted to be in the Don Bluth business. And then he also did Space Ace and Dragon's Lair. So.
Yes.
Cool. Good choice, I think. I haven't seen it.
I mean, it's basically Sherlock, but with mice.
I'm getting confused with that and The Rescuers, which also starred mice.
Yes.
That weren't Mickey.
I mean, Rescuers is another one that I'd put on the underrated list. Even Rescuers Down Under, although that was more popular. Both excellent movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think Rescuers Down Under was really popular for that seagull. That seagull was the thing, and that kind of...
Albatross, but yes.
Yes, Albatross.
What's your idea, Brian?
Personally, I think there's been a change that whenever people talk about Disney, they're only talking about the animated films. And
Because that's what we love.
But there is a whole wealth of amazing movies that are live action in the Disney library, and those are incredibly underrated. I think some of my favorite movies are like Bedknobs and Broomsticks with Angela Lansbury. It's a World War II movie about her finding a spell so she can fight the Nazis in her small town, in her small hamlet in the British Isles. It's amazing, and it's overlooked. The Herbie the Love Bug, the classic Herbie the Love Bug movies are amazing, and people don't go back and watch them because there are some really good chase scenes in the Herbie the Love Bug movies. You wouldn't think about it because it's all slapstick and silly.
All I'm thinking of is Lindsay Lohan, and I'm sorry, that's terrible.
Yeah.
That's my only point of reference.
Well, it's actually funny because the Love Bug films have been being made since the 60s, and people, like even Bruce Campbell was in a Love Bug movie. Bruce Campbell was in a made-for-TV ABC Herbie the Love Bug movie. So I wish some of these movies would get shown more. I wish people would talk about them more. We all get caught up in how great the animated films are. I definitely wish people would talk a lot more about the live-action stuff. Blackbeard's Ghost is so funny to me. It's a classic.
Is that Chitty Chitty Bang Bang Disney?
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is Disney. There are so many great classic live-action movies that got made. The last few years of Walt's life were really about getting the live-action studio making really high-quality family films because he wanted to be a holistic studio. He didn't want to just be known for animation. So to see people overlooking those movies now, knowing that that's what they meant to Walt, it kind of sucks.
You know, that's a good point. And I'm glad that you brought it up because I honestly did not know about, the history behind those either.
It really is interesting. I think the film that came out last year about the making of Mary Poppins shows the care that Walt brought to the entire live action part of Disney.
So what I want to talk about is the movies that don't include princesses, the animated movies. And specifically, I want to go towards Emperor's New Groove, which I freaking loved. And I don't think it got the play it deserved.
I would argue that that was a princess movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Cuzco?
Yeah. I would argue
love
Cuzco
him.
was
And
the first.
I love it when I see guys cosplaying Cuzco at conventions. It's great. But there's plenty of animated movies that don't involve a princess that didn't really get a ton of play. We also have Treasure Planet.
Treasure Planet was awesome. I love Treasure Planet. One of the first movies.
Home on the Rain, no.
Roseanne Barr, come on.
As a cow. But then we also have, I don't know if this counts as underrated. I loved Hercules.
I think Hercules got a lot of love. It was in that
I remember
heyday.
it not being a big hit in the box office.
I think it was the first movie after the Disney Renaissance began where they had greenlit Little Mermaid, they had greenlit Beauty and the Beast, they had greenlit
What
one
is the
other
end
title.
of the Renaissance? Is it Mulan? Is it Tarzan?
I would say Mulan.
Yeah.
I would say Mulan kind of was where Disney started they started upgrading home video projects to features because they were trying to meet timetables.
Are terrible.
Oh yeah.
They're just awful.
It's funny because you can actually look at the films coming out from Disney. Look at who the studio chiefs are at the time. Now we have a new renaissance. We have the computer animation renaissance where everything is starting to feel Disney again. The Dinosaur was kind of an underrated Disney movie, but that felt more like a technical test than it felt a movie. And that's what a lot of computer animation at Disney felt like. I think Meet the Robinsons is one of my favorite Disney animated movies.
It does get overlooked.
But nobody likes to watch that one because I don't know what it was, but they wore it on their sleeve that they were trying something new with that movie, and they really wanted to make a movie that honored what Walt Disney wanted to do with the company.
It is interesting to watch how this all goes, and maybe the ones that would have been underrated in the past are now going to be fully rated, or maybe the opposite. What is your most underrated Disney movie, audience? Let me know below in the comments. I want to check that out, and please be sure to subscribe.